A doozy today, guys. I'm talking about one for the record books. Between the fraud check scenario, which was already good enough, and we had another one that's on the way now, so it never ends. We almost had a transporter leave with a truck yesterday, double brokered, and it was probably going to disappear. And unfortunately, I was out of the office. Usually never am. And Mike and AJ and Alvin were dealing with it. Spent hours loading this customer's truck, getting it secure, to find out the guy did not have the right paperwork. He was a broker. It's a big story. It's a nasty, bad story. And we're going to spill it all. And I'm going to give you the man's phone number. I'm going to give you the text message, just like I did in the scam about the checks. You feel free to blow him up. I'm going to also share this one on Facebook, Instagram, and everywhere else. This stuff's got to stop. It has got to stop. It is terrible. It is bad. And you think, oh, you're just a dealer, whatever. This can happen to you having something transported for you, even if you don't have anything to do with us. It could be any dealership anywhere in this world. It is out of control. It is out of hand. And I know I've said it before, but if a dealer today was to come in, unfortunately, if some young 19, 20-year-olds watching this channel, and they're like, man, I'm going to start me a dealership. I love what these guys do. I'm going to do it. Something like this would make you close your business. This one mishap could have taken you out of business. Just like that. Could take anybody out of business. Could take us out of business. It could have been very, really bad. Thankfully, enough radar attention spans went up and antennas to catch it. I'm going to take a few breaths before we get to that. We're going to be driving the 3+3 today. Me and Christian have a couple stops to make, picking up a super stock, just almost like a demon, but a super stock in beautiful cinnamon sticks. You guys will see that in a minute. We're going to be driving this one. I'm going to be in it most of the day. Might drive it home. Might get my crap cleaned out my other truck and start driving a little bit more because it's a cool truck. And if I ding it up a little bit more, it's already got some character marks on it. But you guys have already probably seen this one in videos before, but this was a California truck. It is a 91. It is a V30. That's a V. We put K just so people would not get confused. But it is a V30. It's a 3+3. It's solid as a rock underneath. Yes, it's got some battle scars, but it's a cool factory big block, and it is the last year of the square body. So pretty neat. Excited to be driving it today. It's Grandpa. We ain't going to turn a bunch of heads other than some farmers, but they will love it. Also got the semi Lambo out, one of two, and the LS. I was going to drive that, but AJ ran the battery dead. Probably jamming the radio yesterday. I don't know. We'll find out. But AJ's picking somebody up at the airport. We'll try to catch something with him. I don't know if he's going to want to be on camera or not. Coming to pick up the 7.3 diesel manual shift truck. He's on the way back from the airport. We got to run over to a different airport right now. We'll be right back. All right, cruising down the highway at just shy of 75 miles an hour, and that's probably pretty accurate because this truck doesn't have a big old lift kit on it. Yet. Temperature gauge is up, full, proper. You could definitely see when the thermostat opened, it went up just shy of 210, came back down to about 190. This is a fuel-injected engine in this truck, so those things run pretty much right at 190, 195. When I say fuel injection, it is a throttle body. It was the original Chevrolet idea for fuel injection, even though they did call some of the 60s model Corvettes fuel injected. That was a real primitive system. Dash is not too bad under here. A couple little cracks, but not terrible. This has probably saved it quite a bit. It is an air-conditioned truck. Let's give that a little try. I think we got AC. That's pretty cool. No headliner truck. Back to the gauges. 13/14 volts, so the voltage gauge is working properly. Oil pressure's pegged. So this motor being stock, now if it had been an aftermarket motor, I could say, hey, run down the highway, it might be pumping 60, but this one's, it's probably 30 to 40 PSI is what it really is. So the gauge, it's either a bad gauge or a sender. See the tank switch. Oh, that one seems to be out of gas. So we're going to say no to the tank switch. We'll stop and get a little That's right hand, so I'll get a little fuel on the left hand. But you do know that the switch valve works, because as soon as we touched it, she said, "Brr." So AJ must have been riding on the left-hand tank until he didn't have any more left. That's kind of typical around our place. I can't say just AJ. I'm guilty of it probably worse than anybody. The new Fords I really like, because when they say 0 to empty, man, it's just like a test at that point to see how many more miles you can go. That's just Russian roulette at that time. But solid truck. We've been driving for 8 to 10 miles now, straight down the interstate. Currently running right at 75, getting off our exit here. Truck does amazing. Let's see if we got a radio. Radio check. Power. Oh boy. Does anybody use AM anymore? Question, guys. Radio works, but I got to get it on the FM. But anyway, we don't want to mess up the video here. I don't know if anybody uses AM, but it's AM, FM, and this would be the factory style radio for this truck. Weirdly enough, this little piece right here is where the tape deck would be. They literally just put a piece over top of it and called it electric tuning. So it's got a scan button. That was new technology back then, baby. New. But it actually didn't have a whole lot of air noise. What do you think, Christian? Wasn't bad. It's pretty tight, pretty quiet. With the windows up, you can hear Christian over there breathing nice and heavy.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to say this one checks the boxes pretty good. Back seat's in good shape. You could definitely customize this one with some custom seats, a carpet kit pretty easily. The truck was originally gray. It's been two-toned with the white. You can see the gray on the inside. Ashtray. I don't know if there's ever been smoked in. That's pretty neat. So we're going to have to give this one a pretty good thumbs up, guys. We're about to roll up here to pick up this beautiful cinnamon stick, super stock Plymouth Dodge Mopar classic remake car. And we got to hustle it back because customer's traveling in tomorrow. We encouraged him to come in person. And I'll tell you why. The car's brand new. It's got, whatever, 1,900 miles on it. So no faults, no flaws, nothing he's going to be upset about at all. But the reason I encouraged, and Christian may not even know this, is because he was worried about, is it orange? Is it cinnamon? Is it maroon? And that's a question you can't really answer. And I'll show you here in a second. You're going to see the car. It's a beautiful color, but it does have a little of that flip-flop. If you park next to something dark, it looks dark. Park next to something light, it looks light. I call it a sunburst orange. A lot of people used to call it burnt orange, but it's a hard color to describe. And I said, sir, you're spending, $90,000. I'd prefer you to come in person and take a look at it. So he is going to come in. Is he flying or driving?
Flying.
He's flying. Okay, so he's going to fly in, take a look at it, fly back home, or drive it home?
Hopefully drive it home.
Okay, all right. I feel like he said he was going to leave it and transport it, but we'll figure that out. So anyway, we'll show you this car here in a second, see what you guys think about the color, and then we'll let you know what happens tomorrow. All right, we've arrived. Check it out, guys. Drop in the comments what y'all think about the color. Christian says, I call it orange. I call it burnt orange, but again, it's next to a red vehicle on this side, so it's pulling this color across. And when I say that, it's next to a black vehicle on this side. The sun's not going to help us right here, but you can see if you looked right here, it almost looks brown, and he did not want brown. And again, I can't be that. My color pigment might be different than his. The next guy, who knows? We can't look inside other people's brain and determine what colors look like to them, but it's a beautiful color. I think he's going to love it. When the sun is on it, I'd call it a sunburst because it jumps. But again, when it's against black, it looks brown. When it's against red, it looks orange. Of course, we all learned our color mixing palettes in school. You mix this to make that, and you mix this to make that. So anyway, it needs to be clean. Got the super sticky tires on the back. I'll make sure Christian doesn't get out of hand on the way back. I'll be right behind him. Hood pins in the front. These cars are nasty rocket ships. They really are. So I know he's going to love it. We'll get it back, give it a bath. We'll update you guys tomorrow on what he thinks about the color compared to what you guys thought. All right, so we had a pretty bad situation And I think this video is going to be a little mixed up today, but I'm going to probably put this at the front of the video. A terrible situation, actually. And thankfully to my guys and these videos. So thankfully AJ filmed the video with me, because if it would have been Christian, this could have been a completely different scenario. No fault of his, but he had literally just heard me talk about this scam and this problem and this brokering situation. Now, just to bring you guys up to date, this Jeep sold. It's going to have to be shipped. That white Blazer sold. It has to be shipped. There's 2 more trucks over there that are sold, have to be shipped. There's 2 at the service shop, sold. They got to be shipped. We're always shipping vehicles in and out. Come last Friday, I gave you all a walk around. There was like 4 or 5 or maybe even 6. There was 4 or 5 over there, and there was 1 more over here that were sold waiting on transportation. So we're dealing with a transport network. And unfortunately, to make it work right, I only have one Raymond that is basically our employee, and he can only do so much. So I typically have him doing the longer, more dedicated down and back runs. So everybody loves Raymond, so I like putting him on the proper runs, but he can't do everything. I can't afford for him to do everything. I can't afford sometimes for the truck to leave the parking lot, much less pay him, and he does like getting a paycheck, to move these vehicles compared to a transport network where they're running and they've got 30, 40, 50 trucks on the road. But here's what happened yesterday. We got a text, and I'm going to allow AJ to insert it. Yeah, that'll be better than looking at the phone. AJ is going to insert the screenshot right here. You guys feel free to text this number. I am never that guy. But blow this guy up. Just say, dirtbag, scammer. I don't care what you say. Because these guys are sitting somewhere behind a computer brokering these loads. Now, when I say that, he sent me a text, is such and such vehicle ready? This vehicle was going from here to Las Vegas. And he said he can handle the load, no problem. We assigned it to him. Transporter showed up, had a trailer that would work, because here's the picture. We loaded it. Mike, at 70 plus years old, helped this man for hours load this truck. This is where it really gets frustrating. I happened to step out. I usually never leave the office. I had to leave because Trista had her game. They won all 3 games. So congratulations to Trista's team. And I had to, not only that, but it was her senior night. So I had to walk her around, with the family for the senior night thing. So it was a big deal. Sure enough, as soon as I left, the transporter showed up. Mike texted me. He helped him. He texted me he had it loaded. Then he asked the man for the paperwork. Hey, can you send me the paperwork called a bill of lading? Anytime you ship something, you get a bill of lading, so you know where your stuff's going. He didn't have it. Of course, he spoke some broken English. He didn't have what we needed. So then he reaches out to me. I reach back out to the person. Yes, my man's on site. We'll get you paperwork. Let him roll. We don't do it that way. We want paperwork. So Mike kept pressing him for paperwork. Turns out the name of his business was a completely different name than the business we dispatched to. So AJ, after seeing enough of these videos, said something doesn't seem right. So he went in and quickly Googled the company name that was supposed to be getting this vehicle. The first thing that pops up is this right here. Check that out. Scam. Be careful. Everything that followed was nothing but bad. So we were paying $2,700 for the load to go out west. Decent deal. About what we send stuff for. Matter of fact, we just sent one the other day for $3,000. We just sent one a week and a half ago for $2,500. So that's the range that they go for. No red flags. So finally, this man that had his truck loaded with our truck on the back, spending hours out there, says, I don't understand. Where's the problem? Well, this is the problem. It's not the right name. He said, no, I got the dispatch. Here's my name. And he was legit. He had a sheet saying he was getting paid $4,200 for the load. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I don't think our $2,700 was going to satisfy his $4,200 that he was promised. On top of it, we got a text. And every time we get this text, you can guarantee it's a bad problem, it's a fraud, and it's an issue. Can you please send half of the money so the man can leave? Or can you please send some of the money now? I don't remember how it reads. Here it is. We'll drop it in. Always a red flag. The payment was on delivery. The payment was not now. When they're asking for that, this is how this deal goes. The guy that I'm texting with has no business. He's a fraud. He's a fake. He's promised this man $4,200 to go move this car. When the car gets there, he's going to get my $2,700. He may get a little bit of money ahead of time if somebody gives it to him. We won't. And then this man's going to be like, can you pay me, please? He's going to disappear. Well, then that man that was owed $4,200, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to come for us. We get paperwork in the mail quite often where people are trying to go against us for transportation, which has been paid. It's either paid by us or paid by the person receiving. We got all the documents. It's because of a double load broker situation. It's happening all the time. It's terrible. Now, here's the worst part. This is also where vehicles disappear. When that vehicle leaves, a lot of dealers, even dealers that I buy from, when they transport the car, they put the title in the car. The dumbest thing you can do. We never do that, ever. And if you request it, let's just say the vehicle's going to Africa or Afghanistan or wherever it's going, and it's going to a port. They want the title with the car. No problem. You're going to sign about 3 documents that say you have authorized us to do that for you, because I don't want to be responsible. Because if you let your car go and you let your title go and that car disappears, it is gone forever. And it happens every day. Just like with that Mopar we just picked up. Those cars disappear. They're gone forever. They're not trackable. Your little Apple iTag or your little low jack system or whatever you got, these guys are smart. It's gone. When it's in a container ship and it's hidden overseas, you'll never see it again. So the scary part was we almost had a broker not get paid. We almost had a truck leave that may have disappeared. And we did everything in our due diligence to do things right. And thankfully, my team held it together and knew what to do. So we had a little meeting this morning, and we've just got to put a little more effort into things. Again, we super quadruple check things. But I know all you guys don't deal with us. You buy from these other big conglomerates all over the country. And they say, oh, no problem, we'll get it shipped to you and all that. This is what happens behind the scenes. Be cautious. Again, we love to personally, if I give this truck to Raymond, I can assure you, if anything happens in the transport, he texts me, JW, just the other day, he said, JW, I delivered that CXT. One of the little lights on the end popped out. Well, he hit about 10 million bumps across the way to deliver that truck, and the little light popped out. He did a walk around. He told me that. Guess what we did? We ordered the part and shipped it to the customer. He should already have it. He can pop it right back on there. It's done. If a rock flies up, if anything happens, he tells me. But I know all along where my truck is, where everything is. It cost me triple to do that versus using a broker network, because those guys show up, they're hauling 6, 7, 8 cars at a time. They can do it for less, but it leaves our possession. It leaves our hands. So some people are like, why don't you just have him deliver everything? That triple cost doesn't even factor the wear and tear that's getting put on my expensive rollback or our trailer or the wear and tear on the truck that pulls the trailer. Those are just business factors. But by the time you figure his pay, fuel, expenses that are accountable, it's probably about 3 times as much. So when you guys have Raymond, feel thankful because you're really getting a great deal. But it's very unfortunate. It's something we can't get around in this business. We have to transport things. It happens every day, every single day. And these cars are disappearing. You hear a lot of other YouTubers speak about it. It is extremely real. So I don't care if you're just a snowbird and you're shipping your car from New York to Florida, double, triple check what you're doing, because your car could disappear, your money could disappear, you could be in a double broker where you think you're paid and then this guy comes against you for a bill, which, kind of becomes a technicality. Do you really owe it or not? We've turned it over to our attorneys. They've taken care of it for us because we did pay. We did what we were supposed to do. But that's just a lot of extra hassle. It's a lot of extra things. It's if there wasn't already enough scams in this world, there's one more that you got to freaking deal with. So off to something more fun while we're over here. Somebody got the hood popped on the 79. Check out that cherry. I don't know who was over here. It might have been Kenny, but somebody must have been over here checking things out. Huh? Oh, okay, gotcha. K5. And then the next thing we're going to get out to do a driving video is going to be the brown Blazer there, because that's one of the few that's still left as far as SUVs. And then he's getting ready to dig out the maroon and silver truck. That customer has sent his funds. And this is not normal, but I'll tell you how it's going to leave. He said, you know, JW, me and my wife would love a little project. It's going to kind of be a me and her deal. I do want the steps, I do want the steering, I do want the track bar, I want y'all's goodies. He said, but don't worry about the labor, sell me the parts, and we'll do it. I'm like, that's cool. That's a Saturday project. Steps are a Sunday project. That's no problem. But he's getting a beautiful truck. This truck's been tied up a couple different times with customers that wanted it and then did not want to wait long enough for it to be ready. Patience, guys. Patience is virtue. But as I've talked to everybody recently on any of these trucks, our timelines are very accurate. Daniel and Brian cannot help sometimes if a product doesn't come in. That's why we make so much of it ourselves, so we don't have to worry about that. But our timelines are very accurate. But some people, if they hear 60 days or 90 days, depending on what custom things are being done, they don't want to wait. I get it. No problem. This one was literally done, sold, signed, sealed, waiting on a lot of work to be done, custom stuff to be done, and the customer just got impatient and found a different truck that I had and decided to buy that one. So this one became back available. So things happen. It's just the way it goes around here. The blue 84, the black 81, the 80's making its way through its process. But yep, AJ, I guess we need to get that one out, get her washed, get temp tags on it. Probably will be easier just to slip those. Yeah, well, if you just probably pop the door open, get those backed up like we did the other day, should just be able to come right on around and out the front. So it's a game of Tetris around here. Game of Tetris. And then when we start moving three-wheelers, it's a game of Tetris with triangles. Right shape, right? Triangles? Yeah. Okay, good. Just want to make sure now. Didn't want Blakely to be smarter than me with her what's the word for shapes? Geometry. I wasn't good at that in school. So, all right, guys. Thanks. Appreciate it. We'll get everything wrapped up. We got a lot to get done today, but this video had to be made, and we got a couple other little clips to put in. I'm going to get AJ straight on that. Sorry yesterday. I don't even think I told you, AJ. It froze. We had frozen 4 minutes on the video. Yeah, from like 1:30 to like 4:50. Somebody made it in the comment section. And sure enough, the volume is there, but the frame is frozen. So don't know. We're trying, guys. We're trying the hardest, trying the best we can, because we know a lot of you guys are watching and love this stuff. You'll never buy anything. That's perfectly fine. We dedicate several hours a day to getting this stuff captured for you. A lot of times they got to pull me to the side. Come on, JW. And I literally need to be over there doing paperwork, working on rental property paperwork, other things that I have to do during the day. But we love it. We love you guys. We love y'all supporting us. So thanks for that more than anything. Be back at you tomorrow. All right. AJ just put the man on the road with his green stick shift 9973, and I literally missed him. I had to go up to the store to grab some supplies, and I was walking back, and he pulled out. So AJ to the airport, back, truck, customer gone. So that was pretty quick and easy. So I hope he makes a nice, safe drive. Where was he going back to? Buffalo, New York. So David got a head start over here in this section, but we are going to have to empty this area out so they can start putting our racks up. And we're going to have to move a few things around, such as the air hose, now that I'm over here looking. It's a mess around here. Thankfully, this is easy to move. They've really just got to come in one lane. So I think, AJ, now after looking at it, that was fun. That was fun. Still one of our most viral weirdo videos. Just a random Saturday. Just a random Saturday with the Davis boys. What a fun look, it's still got some pawn mess on there. ATC 110 Honda with 9 wheels. Who'd ever thought of such a thing? So this area, next time you guys see it, I wish I could do like some of these guys do and just be like, and then be like, you can? All right. You guys know I can't hold anything back, so y'all are going to see it. So we've got a hodgepodge of stuff we got to move, but this whole section here is going to be shelved. So we are going to have to move that. Hopefully the light will be in an okay spot. We don't need to move that. And essentially every row that you see there will be a row for us to stack things. And it's going to be a mixture. It's going to be some 3-wheelers. It's going to be some square body parts. Heck, the way I got it laid out, we can measure. We might could put that whole chassis. I got some nice racking. I got some monster size racking. It would be so awesome if we could just put that on the forklift and put it on a shelf. We've got almost, I think it's just shy of 30 feet of ceiling height in that left-hand corner. And of course, this was just a wasted space that we enclosed. It turned out freaking phenomenal. It's actually one of our cleanest areas we got. And we got all the security cameras put in, put the big fans in, which are not on. They're going to need to be on. It's a little hot in here. And I also designed it so that we could use it as shop prep area, which once we get some of this stuff organized, we can. So if we wanted to say have David have one in here, Dave have one in here, or if we were using this for a restoration area, we could also roll stuff out. Like we could spin this around and take it out versus having to go out the front. So I put a lot of thought in this building when we enclosed it. Thanks to my buddy Alex for all the hard work he put in, the metal guys that did the enclosure for me, the door company for coming through, giving us the size to cut the opening, to build everything to. It worked out really well. And this also, because we added all these extra lights, was going to be our quiet filming area. Originally, when we were doing tow trucks, we have 6 in here, long ways. 6 long rollbacks were in here, all basically brand new. And we were going to do some of our filming and talking about tow trucks and all. Who knew things would take a different spin? Life's always changing. So we've got a bunch of this stuff that's dedicated to projects. Some of this stuff sold. The customers haven't picked it up. We did a video about a little yard sale, and dang if it didn't go viral. People bought a lot of this stuff. If you're local, I do still have some of this other stuff that's for sale. It's mostly fuel 2-piece wheels and some other things scattered. We'll get some of that on Facebook, no more than I hate to do it. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Also, we picked one of these up. I don't know how you say that brand name, AJ. You can't say it? CG. Yeah, I thought you knew what it was. Thing works good. It's perfect for sweeping up. Yeah, perfect for sweeping up areas like this, but it's really good for sweeping up the parking lot. So, all right, we had to get into this yesterday situation. Give me just a second. We'll move across over here, and I'll bring you the details.